A new girls remix is on the way with Mejade now. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about the new special of Mejade with girls remix. So let's get on with it because not that long of a special because we start with Rina in England for college, which she actually said that she's going to do at the end of Gotcha graduation. As she enjoyed her time there talking with other people, as a girl runs up to her pleading for help named Nayuta Mikazuki. Pretty much butchered her name, so sorry. Who's actually played interestingly by Amane Tensho, was actually Hiroki Fujioka's daughter. Well, one of his daughters, I mean. Pretty interesting, and we actually see who's actually tracing her because she has a dog tag, kind of like we use for experiments. And she got chased by Yoko from Kamen Rider Guy, who interestingly played by her original actress. It was pretty cool because I don't think when was the last time we actually had her inside Kamen Rider. I think, off the top of my head, I think the last time we had her was in the X8 thing. You know, the X8 thing, so yeah, that was the last time we actually saw her. So it's pretty cool to see her here. I really tried to fight her to no avail. She's just way too overpowering her and more skillful. As she actually transformed into Kamen Rider Marika as she actually blasts Rine, but it's actually stopped by Sophia, who interestingly also played by her original actress. And I gotta say, it's also pretty cool that Yoko, the actress, is actually doing her stunts again. And it seems like from the casting that, yeah, she actually is in the Kamen Rider Marika suit. So it's pretty cool to see her own actress once again doing her stunts again. Pretty cool to see. As Sophia briefly transformed to Caliber in order to fight against Yoko briefly before, she just captured Nayuta and just escaped. As Sophia detransformed and actually tells Rine and that there's a larger conspiracy happening with people going missing. I really want to help in any way, shape, or form, considering that she's a writer. As she allowed her to join in the girls' remix. As she takes it to Natsuki Agency, which is pretty interesting. As actually not Natsuki Agency, as Rine meets Akiko and Hana, who are both played by the original actresses again. And Hana is actually investigating things around for Bluebird, and Akiko just walked in acting like the older player and actually put the Natsuki Agency up there, which is pretty funny to see. But yeah, I don't know, Akiko still being the same Akiko. It's pretty funny to see. And interestingly, she actually said that a new assistant had been added to their group that makes it very difficult to actually be around to play. Made me think that, yeah, it actually might be a reference to Tokimi from, Futo PI manga, or the Futo PI anime. Like, yeah, that's the only thing I can think about a new assistant, making it more and more comfortable that there's now a lot more people in the office. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Might be a nice little reference without stating it. It's a reference. And Hana pretty much is leading the way, as she's just lonely ever since her girlfriend and Sakura in college right now. Yeah, I will not say anything else. They are. And the traditional Sophia fashion, she needs to leave the show. Because yeah, she had to go back to the northern base. As usual, so yeah, she's not going to be helped at all. And Akiko explains to Rine that there are many missing girls happening for the past few while now. Trying to figure out what's happening. And she got a request by a person named Sumire. Something like that. And actually, it's played by Arisa Komuya. With actually Yellow Buster, so it's pretty good to see her again in another Kamen Rider property ever since. I think the last one was 01. I think that's the last time we saw her. But anyway, she did play how some people have been disappearing in some sort of gate made out of metal, transporting them. Sophia actually finds out a writer is involved. I really believe he might be alchemy that is being affected right now. I really want to help out in any way she can. As Sophia decided to team her up with Reika, which is pretty cool to see her original actress back from the last girl remix, and from the revised one, so pretty cool to see. And they both investigate some wreckage, but they find out there's nothing at all with alchemy. And they start to have a pretty cool chat about their past and their motivation with Rina's father and Reika's brother. So pretty cool, nice moment before it's actually interrupted by an attack by Yoko again. But pretty interesting that there's a weird comment saying that she moved very fast, which I think it was normal, but considering the fact of the spoiler there down the line, yeah, it's pretty obvious that what's happening, considering the fact that, she is dead. Yeah, that's a big mystery for us audience, trying to figure out how Yoko came back because she's supposed to be dead. As she finally introduces herself to the two girls, as she actually wants to be a kingmaker and wants to see her king stand up and actually be made. As she is stopped by, interestingly, Nozomi from Kamen Rider Amazon 2016 reboot, who's played by an original actress, who is also the same actress of Kuroto from Gotcha, saying that she got a call from Akiko, just make me think more confusing about the timeline, like where in the world does that Amazon takes place, like the alternate universe, is it Taisei adjacent? Like it's very confusing to think where it takes place there, come on, how? But anyway, pretty interesting that, a pretty funny moment that, yeah, Rine actually mistakes her for Kuroto, as Nozomi doesn't know who that is. As she fights, so pretty cool fight scene with, again, Yoko, like pretty cool out of suit fight experience. I think that actually is the actual actresses like doing the stunts, I think. I don't know if that actually is the original actress. I know Yoko probably doing the stunt, but I don't know if Nozomi, the actress, is actually doing the stunt, but she did do somewhat briefly in Gotcha, so maybe that is their stunt woman doing the same thing. But anyway, it still looks pretty cool. As they actually get overpowered by Yoko, and Reika uses her power to transport them back to base in order to retreat. But anyway, the thing about there's something abnormal about Yoko, which makes me think, yeah, it's something abnormal considering the fact that, she's dead. As they learn more about the fact that the people that have been captured are actually prodigy in sports and science and all that. Maybe think that, yeah, it's similar to probably Takeshi Hongo, as you know, Takeshi Hongo from the original Kamen Rider is actually a prodigy as well, who was kidnapped to become a cyborg. Which you see that find out later that, yeah, they will be relevant, considering the fact that Rina leads more and more information that Nayuta actually lost a parent recently, before she entered college. And Rina thinks about losing a trouble and feeling that she doesn't want Nayuta to feel that same pain as well, and want to help her any way she can. And interestingly, Nozomi actually looked at the coin that was given to her by Mamoru near the end of season 1 of Amazon. It's pretty cool to actually see a flashback, and actually pretty shocked to actually show a lot of the graphic detail of Amazon, especially his graphic dev of Mamoru. So yeah, pretty cool to see that, yeah, they actually do remember that she's actually from Amazon, and actually see that, yeah, she also feels the same way and actually wanted to help her in any way she can. As the rest of the gang decided to actually help Rine and tried to help out Nayuta in any way they can, and Nozomi agreed to work for free if it means to beat them up. I would make Akiko happy that she didn't have to pay anybody anymore. But come on, Nozomi, you need to get paid anyway. And Rine still believes that she's close to the actual, like, you know, original model, which would be pretty interesting to actually be the case, but I don't think it is. That would mess up the timeline a lot, but anyway. But it's still pretty funny little moment with Nozomi still being confused of what she's trying to say. And Akio gets a call from Sawa, who is actually also played by original actress, which was really cool to hear. She said that she actually found the base, and everybody go to join them, except for Hana. She stayed behind to finish up more information. We'll find out later. And they all meet with Sawa. And Sawa introduced herself to Rine, which is pretty funny bit, actually saying that how she knew about the information about the base, saying that she doesn't want to know, but then joked about saying that, yeah, she knows, but she's not being playful. But yeah, I do want to know how she knew about the base. But anyway, they all enter and actually meet some people with some interesting masks or some sort of helmet similar to Ichigo and Nigo. Similar masks to them. It's pretty cool to see them. And they actually fight against our writer girl. It's pretty interesting that Sawa actually uses the crocodile bottle, which actually seems to be courtesy of her boyfriend. And Nozomi continues to just stab people with her giant knife. It actually slits somebody's throat, but there actually is no blood at all. It makes it pretty interesting that, yeah, they actually show the death scene of Mamoru, considering the fact that there's no blood at all in this little special. And also, Akiko just slapping people with her slippers. It's not doing too much damage, but still. A for effort, she's still trying to help. And Nozomi said that hit pretty hard, actually revealing that it's actually cyborg, because when Sawa removed one of the helmet, it actually sees like mark of surgery scar mark. So yeah, they actually been modified to be cyborg. And Akio, like, you know, continued to slap them at all. And Rine and Reka are the only two riders who decided to transform to fight the rest of them, and more come in. And the rest of the gang decided to go to find the hostages. And they actually arrived to where the captured girls are, but it actually revealed that the mastermind behind them was Sumire, Akiko's client, saying that they are part of an organization called Cloud, who want to create the, you know, the ultimate cyborg soldier in order to take over the world, because of course they do. And it turns out the actual target weren't the girl, but actually Rine and Reka, the riders themselves, to transform them into cyborg. As she disappeared to meet up with the two riders, actually defeating all the cyborgs before Yoko comes in, as he transformed to fight them once again, as he overpowered them quickly and just disposed of them easily, and they both de-transformed the transformation. As the rest of the gang come in, well, to catch a girl to make them leave. And it's pretty cool that Nozomi actually tries to actually fight her off, but then, you know, doesn't really work out considering the fact that she's in a car rider suit and she's a normal human being, so yeah, she gets easily taken down. Before Yoko could actually finish her off, she actually blasted away by Hana, who actually comes in, actually explained that Yoko is actually dead. That way she's a little flashback that, yeah, she is dead. And it turns out by Sumire that, yeah, she's a cyborg created by Cloud in order to do her bidding. As Yoko said that she will make her, Sumire, the new king. So yeah, she's not fully brainwashed at all. As a three-rider girl transformed to fight her, which is pretty cool to see a three-rider girl transform. Pretty good little transformation scene. As they fight her against her, as Sumire gathering data of all the three new riders, and Yoko and Rine, they have a pretty cool one-to-one fight team between both of them. It looked pretty cool to see the arrows and all that before they actually show that they're evenly matched. But anyway, pretty cool to see, and all the girls try to escape, except for Nayuta, who actually is engrossed by the fight of the rider. And Rina asks for Yoko's reason for why she's doing this, but then it turns out she's too brainwashed to actually give an answer, because of the fact that Yoko says she's trying to make Sumire the new king, but yeah, confirming that, yeah, she's too far gone. As the three girls decide to power up their finisher, and it turns out they're making the rider kick, and all three of them rider kick Yoko, finally defeating her once and all in a cool explosion. But she's not actually truly dead, as Sumire comes in, actually showing that the data she collected from Yoko fight with the three rider helped her create a new driver. And it turns out it's going to be a driver to help her become a more evolved cyborg, as he puts it on. And it seems to be failing at it, considering the fact that it seems to be transforming her very powerfully, showing a silhouette of a rider, but we don't actually see the rider at all throughout the whole silhouette. As Yoko just comes in, actually removes the driver from her, as it falls down to the ground, as well as Sumire. And interestingly, a magical portal takes it away, similar to like the Wise Man, Kamen Rider Wise Man portal from Kamen Rider Wizard. Making me think maybe Kuyomi? Maybe that's the reason why, but we have to wait and see. I'm gonna not wait and see, because that's it. Like that's it. That's all the driver. Like you get to take it away by a wizard. Similar to like probably Wise Man, but again, I don't know. Could have been that Koyomi's dead in Wizard. Maybe she's another cyborg and all that, but we have to wait and see in the future because there's nothing else. Because this is the end of it. Because Rita goes to Yoko asking her why she did this, and she just gives a really weird reason saying that good or evil. She just wanted to see the birth of her king, and then she died by becoming to dust. And Hana said arrest Sumire, but then she just smiled, showing that it's not done yet, as she just started to make a new plan. And the gang go home to celebrate the fact that their job well done and case closed. But then Nayuta comes in, saying that she wants to join the girl remake because she got enrolled by the writers fighting against evil. Which, you know, makes sense considering the fact that she's supposed to be the daughter of Hiroto Fujiki, the Mr. Car writer himself. But yeah, they're probably doing this in order to make her a new assistant, and Akiko is wondering the new assistant, and they decide to welcome her in. And they actually get some food delivery from Sachika from car writer Gab. Which interesting, he also played her own actress. It would actually make sense considering it's a filming Gab at the moment, so yeah, she will be available. But saying that she's from Kitchen Ichinose actually making a delivery for the food. It's pretty cool to see Ichinose, but yeah, pretty funny. And everybody celebrates for the fact they got a new member and the job well done, which Sachika also celebrates somewhat, but I don't know why, because she didn't do anything throughout the whole special. Until the end, and the credits start rolling. But interestingly, after the credit, we actually see a brief silhouette from a writer that actually Sumire wanted to transform, but didn't, at a special end. So yeah, overall, this was an okay special. Be honest, this felt more like setup for a new special coming up for Girl Remake. Due to the fact we have Sumire actually not transformed into a writer, the fact that she's still smiling, or the fact that her plan's not done yet, especially said, you know, the driver's not even done, like, it just disappeared with a magical portal, made me think that White Man is coming in with Koyomi. And that's the only thing I can think about being a female writer from the movie of the Wizard Time Gaim crossover movie. But nevertheless, like, that's it. So they said we actually have Nayuta, the coming in to actually become an assistant, make me think that we're not done yet with this story. We have to wait and see when the next part comes out. Maybe when Gab's over, maybe we have Sachika be part of Writer Girl, but we have to wait and see. Overall, it was an okay special, to be honest. It's still interesting that Nozomi coming in from Kara Amazon, making me question more how. What part of Kara Amazon really take place in the timeline, or is Heisei Writer or not? Like, it made it more confusing to try to figure out the whole timeline, who can and who's not, but we have to wait and see with more explanation. Hopefully in the next special we actually explain it, because yeah, there had to be a new special. It feels more like setup than the actual end of a story. So hopefully we get the explanation later on, hopefully not too long, but come on guys. Also Sophia briefly here and then disappeared, because as always she doesn't really do much. I mean, I'm still glad the actress came back briefly, but still, yeah, she doesn't do much. At tradition that she just leaves. But anyway, this was actually an okay special. Rating wise, I give it like a 6.2 out of 10. Cool action, cool suit fights between the actresses actually doing her own stuff, but still, it just feels an incomplete story, making me think that it's not done yet, especially with the ending, so yeah. We have to wait to see what that new writer is. What do you guys think? Do you like this special or do you not? What do you think about Yoko coming back, her actress coming back, doing her own stuff? Also, what do you think of the fact that Sumire actually goal is not done yet? And essentially said we have the silhouette of the writer after the end credit. Also, what do you think about Nayuta joining Girls Remake? But it says, you know, she's played by the daughter of the original car writer, so it makes sense that, yeah, she's gonna be joining them. Who do you think should be joining the next Girls Remake in the next special? We have to wait and see because, you know, we're not done yet. Who do you think actually took away the belt? Do you think it actually is Wiseman or somebody that's using his power, her power? Leave your theory down below as we wait for part 2 or something like that. Leave a comment down below, subscribe for more Kamen Rider content. Peace!